Well, it's yet another victory for England against Wales, who have never won away to the English in the Six Nations Championship. That run continues. A win that he and his coaching staff would very much have expected from the outset. But Wales will look back on this with some pride, positivity, and some work-ons as well. They got a try. They've continued to defend stoutly, but in the end, England's power, pace, precision, just too much for them. Full tide at Ashton Gate. It has finished England 46, Wales 10.
Dave, Grace, thanks very much. So sober handshakes there between John Mitchell and his coaching ticket. Another win for England against Wales, 46 points to 10. Fiona Hayes, we have watched that here from the comfort of the studio. As ever with an England game, there is the tricky thing to try and decipher the performances behind the scoreboard. England were always going to win the game. Would you say they were impressive by their standards today?
No, I don't think so. Look, job done by England. They came out with a game plan. Obviously, they got what they needed from the game, but definitely I'm impressed with what Wales brought in the second half. Getting the try, yes, but I thought physically, at times, they dominated England, which I haven't seen in a long time.
Because you were down on Wales pre-game.
I know. Yeah. I just thought from last week's game, I thought there was a lack of physicality. They definitely changed things up. I think Georgia Evans was in there. She started on the bench last week. She was all over that English ruck. Callender at back row, causing havoc, and they really went in there. The referee, you could argue, probably let them away with a few things, but as the nature of the game, if you can get away with it, why not? And look, unfortunately, they lost by 36 points, but I think they can take some heart from that performance.
There was an interesting moment. We'll look at it later on the show, but Ellie Kilden scored a try on the left-hand side, and really the pass should have gone to her much earlier and didn't. And we were saying, well, if that was against New Zealand in a World Cup final, that might cost England. But against this opposition, they recycle, score a try. It's difficult in many respects for England to improve when they're winning so comfortably.
Yeah, look, they'll still review the game and they'll go back to the drawing board and look at some of the areas themselves. And I think that's the thing about this English squad, is that with the amount of players they have available, the good players that are there, that they can go back and look at individual performances, and that sometimes is what pushes you on to try and do better. And that in that instance, we talked about it here, Joe, it was like that simple pop out would have created a 3v1. You know, if you're a coach in a review and that, you're saying, why didn't that go? But as you said, they got away with it. But I still think this coaching staff will look at stuff like that and pull those players on it.
Yeah, I guess it's tricky. Those bad habits can creep in, but as you said, they just have to be meticulous in their reviewing of the game.